When I'm doing TV and I got 18, god damn it, can't everybody stop for 10 minutes? I mean, everybody seems that's the only, everybody can we stick, Jesus Christ. I mean, it's not that much to ask. Is that when everybody has to move when I'm trying to concentrate?
Hey, somebody has run out on the field. Some goofball in a hat and a red shirt. Now he takes off the shirt. He's running down the middle by the 50. He's at the 30. He's bare-chested and banging his chest. Now he runs the opposite way. He runs at the 50. He runs at the 40. The guy is drunk, but there he goes. The 20. They're chasing him. They're not going to get him. Waving his arms, bare-chested. Somebody stop
Look
that
out,
man.
here comes the blue coat,
Oh,
Kevin.
they got him.
Here
They're
comes the
coming
blue
from the
coats.
left. Oh, and they tackle him at the 40-yard line.
I'm sorry to explode by that, but it's like no one's ever worked on TV here before.
That was the most exciting thing to happen tonight.
Welcome to the ENFLP. My name is Muzzy.
And my name is Sleepy Abdo.
And I'm Hussein, and I'm sick today.
Oh wow, we are injured. Our depth chart is not looking very good today. We have Abdo who's extremely tired and Hussein who is sick. Are you guys going to be able to last?
Look, it's football. You got to pull through it for the team, so I'll be here.
To be quite honest, I can't promise anything.
So we're playing while we're injured. Abdo, if you sleep, I am going to wake you up. Alright?
Fair enough.
I am going to do it. Whoa, what a week 3. Let's recap our picks for week 3. Before I say how I did, can I say that all 3 of us equally didn't do that well?
But we still did better than you.
Yeah, you still did better than me. Abdu had a 9-7 pick record. Hussein also had a 9-7 pick record. I had a 7-9 pick record.
Very Jeff Fisher record.
Yeah, very Jeff Fisher record. Alright, we'll move on. We'll get better. Here's the thing with my picks, okay? I always start the season picking on who I want to do well. And who I like. Eventually, I start doing really bad. Eventually, I'm like, okay, I need to shape up. I need to start picking objectively and not being biased about my picks. So I hope that happens. With my fantasy team, that always ends up happening as well. But I'm doing well, actually, with my fantasy team. How's your fantasy team going, Abdo?
I was doing well until this last week. I failed miserably.
Yeah?
Yeah, it was awful.
You had a terrible week.
Yeah, and like my top players are getting injured like crazy.
Adrian Peterson,
JJ Watt. Like my 2 top players are out for the rest of the season.
it's heartbreaking.
And I cried this morning when I saw the JJ Watt news. I'm like, why the fuck is this happening to me?
Hey, maybe you'll do a Vikings Miracle. I beat Hussein this week in fantasy.
Yeah.
Very close game.
I want to say you were lucky though, because I had 2 starters give me 0 points. One of them being Kelvin Benjamin, who was shut out to 0 catches by the Vikings. Very impressive performance by the Vikings defense. And my tight end was downgraded to out of the game, and I didn't have time to switch it out. So I only lost by 15 points. Like if those 2 players had started, I would have beat you. So but you know what? The Saints lost, so I'm gonna give you this one.
There are a lot of shouldas and couldas, I guess.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I still won. So
Yeah, fun with
tough
that.
break. All right, let's just get started here and talk about week 3, the Thursday night game. Houston Texans at the New England Patriots. The Patriots whooping the Texans at. I'm not gonna curse, right?
No cursing anymore.
Abdu decided no more cursing anymore.
You just dropped the F-bomb. Like you said.
Did you?
I?
Yeah, you said, why the fuck is this happening to me? About their fantasy team. Oh no, about JJ Watt.
I'm sorry.
That was an emotional
Yeah, that was
moment.
an emotional one.
Yeah.
But it's not gonna happen again.
Yeah.
We decided to stay classy, Wisconsin.
Anyway, the New England Patriots whooped the Texans 27-0.
Called it.
You did. You really,
did.
really did.
You did.
Hussein did say the Patriots will have a way, and they will win with Bressett. He had a really good game.
Really good game.
He really impressed me.
Man, a New England Patriots quarterback scoring a rushing touchdown the way he did, that was amazing. They're playing zone read and stuff. When was the last time the Patriots played zone read? That is amazing.
Yeah, those coaches were just having fun with it. Like,
Yeah.
it was like a new challenge. They said we were excited. This is like a new challenge because they've just been winning so long. They were excited at trying something new, and they did it well because they're the New England Patriots.
And that's adaptability for you.
Yeah,
That's,
extremely.
That's making anything work for them. we're the Patriots, we're gonna win.
And they're the best, and will always be the best. It's amazing. No, they ran right over the Texans. Garrett Blount, 105 yards, 2 touchdowns. Good for him. J.J. Watt was playing.
Yeah.
And maybe that injury was keeping him from doing anything, you know.
Apparently.
But now he's out for the whole season. How unlucky is that?
I don't think that's unlucky at all. I think it's like was bound to happen. Like this guy's played through so many injuries, and he's a monster. But like at some point, it's just not smart.
Yeah.
Like this was bound to happen.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
I agree with you. But it's like the perfect time for them. They have a complete team, and now he's injured for the whole season. Like that's just sad. That's
I heard
just
it might
really,
be
really
less,
sad.
but like
It's 8
yeah.
weeks.
It's 8 weeks.
But then you get back, and then you need game time and shit.
If they make the playoffs, he might be there for them.
Hey, let's hope they can keep it up. Let's hope they can keep it up. All right, let's move on to the Arizona Cardinals.
Keep what up, man. Keep what up. Getting shut down?
No, like keep up. Like they can handle themselves. You know, like they're able to survive without him. And I think they could. Like
Yeah,
Jadeveon Clowney's
David
there.
Clowney's gotta step up, yeah.
You know,
But that was their best shot to win against the Patriots. And,
they showed their true colors.
yeah.
Yeah, maybe. The Arizona Cardinals at the Buffalo Bills. Hey, when we were picking this game, we didn't even talk about it. We were like, yep, Cardinals. That, of course. The Bills ended up winning 33-18.
Yeah, this is what I like to call a wounded animal game. When a team is 0-2 in week 3 and they don't want to go to 0-3, usually they tend to pull out the win if they want it enough. And it looked like the Bills really, really wanted to win this one.
Yeah, and it looks like the Cardinals just came in. They didn't even show up.
Yeah, they thought they were going to win this game.
Carson Palmer had 4 interceptions.
That's crazy.
4 interceptions. Hey, I gave a lot of crap to Rex Ryan. His defense pulled up a great game against the Cardinals.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
My boy David Johnson still had a big game. So I'm
Yeah,
happy
he
with
did.
And
2
McCoy was
touchdowns.
amazing that game.
Yeah, man, 110 yards, 2 touchdowns. He's back to his prime. Good for him. Tyrod Taylor as well had 76 rushing yards.
I love this guy.
The Bills had a
I
great
really
rushing
do
game.
like him.
Yeah.
He's pretty good.
The Oakland Raiders at the Tennessee Titans. 17-10, very close game. The Raiders pulled it through. If they lost against the Titans, that would have been bad.
Yeah, they're a better team. Like,
Yeah, they're a way better team than the
much more
Titans.
fun team to watch, honestly, than Tennessee. Marcus Mariota looks a little bit worse than he did last year.
But hey,
I don't know what's happening.
Things are coming together for the Tennessee Titans. DeMarco Murray, 114 yards. Derrick Henry, 45 yards. That combination at running back's working. Marcus Mariota had 2 interceptions. Without those 2 interceptions, maybe they could have won this game.
Maybe, yeah.
So, I think with
a lot
time...
of shouldas and couldas.
Yeah, a lot of shouldas and couldas. But I see a sign there, especially with the Texans having J.J. Watt out, that it might not be surprising if the Titans start picking up some steam and end up winning this division.
My favorite play of the week was in this game with C.J. Mosley.
No, that's the Ravens. We're talking about the Raiders and Titans now.
Oh, I was thinking of Khalil Mack. I keep mixing them up. Never mind.
We'll get to that play with the Ravens game in a second. Let's go on to the Cleveland Browns at the Miami Dolphins. 30-24 for the Dolphins. Man, it still sucks to be a Browns fan.
Yeah,
Really terrible.
Wow, they start off a game with an interception the first play of the game, and then things just fell apart for them. And they tried to come back, and they couldn't do it.
They were tied at the end of the fourth quarter.
Yeah,
And they got the ball back, and then they missed the field goal to win the game. Had to go to overtime,
And
where,
they lost.
where they lost.
Wow.
So not only did they lose, but they made you think they were going to win, and that's why being a Cleveland fan is probably the worst
Yeah.
fan to be right now.
I want to talk a little bit about Terrell Pryor. What a story Terrell Pryor is. This guy came out of Ohio State, okay? A massive scandal happened with him and a few other players, actually, on the team. But mostly on him, where he signed a lot of autographs for money. Now, when you play in college football, you can't make money like that. You can't make money, period. You're an amateur athlete. You shouldn't be getting money for your sportsmanship. Whether or not you agree with that is another thing.
Yeah, I don't agree with
Me
that.
neither, yeah.
You're a student. You're a student. If you're a student for a team. And yes, I agree.
The industry makes so much money.
Yeah.
It's,
Like the college teams make a lot of money off you because you're student athletes and you don't get any of the money, so all the money goes to the
but do you
university.
get a scholarship?
But that's the thing.
Do you get a scholarship?
Here's the thing. If you're playing football in college, you have a scholarship.
Oh, okay, fine.
Where you're studying for free.
That's fine.
Okay, you're
I agree
getting
with that.
you're
That's
getting
a lot of money that they're
yeah. You're saving a lot of money. You get your education for free. You get your housing for free. You get pretty much food plan and meal plan. So you get food for free. So you also get a part-time job if you want it. Most athletes don't because they don't have the time for it. But you're not paying for anything. You're getting a free ride. You shouldn't also get paid for other things. And then if you do well under that system, you go to the NFL, and in the first year you'll make $1 million.
But still, he's not taking any money away from the college or the university.
Yeah.
He's just making money on the
On
side.
the side, exactly.
So, yeah, even if he's getting a full ride, it doesn't mean he can't make money on the side.
Yeah.
I mean, technically it's like a freelance business, you know, like what's so bad about running a freelance
The
business?
NCAA is as dodgy a business as the NFL. I'll tell you that much. Anyway, he had to withdraw from the university, and that made him eligible only for the supplemental draft. Not the real draft, the supplemental draft, which is like the end of the college players going to NFL. He tried to play the quarterback position with the Oakland Raiders, didn't really work out. He tried with other teams, didn't really work out. Teams were telling him that they wanted him for wide receiver. He wasn't budging until he got released by the Bengals last year, and then he was able to say, I want to be a wide receiver. Hugh Jackson was with the Bengals when he was there. Hugh Jackson wanted to develop him as a wide receiver. And now at the Cleveland Browns, Hugh Jackson developed him into an amazing receiver. This guy had 144 yards receiving on 8 catches. He had 3 completions. He played quarterback, had 3 completions, 35 yards, and he had a rushing touchdown. He was a quarterback, a running back, and a receiver in the same game.
Wow.
That's amazing.
You never see that in the NFL. You never see that. You see it, but it's like less than 1%. Less than 1% that you see that. So that's amazing.
That's the one bright spot Cleveland has. They have a real player.
Yeah. He must be 26 or something now.
Yeah, so he's not that young yet.
He's not that young, he's not that old. Let's move on to the Baltimore Ravens at the Jacksonville Jaguars. Ravens winning 19-17. Hussein, your favorite play of the game was in this game.
Yes, it was. C.J. Mosley, one-handed interception, leaping. It was like an OBJ type catch in the middle of the field to pick the ball off, and he picks it off with one hand, falls back down, and then does the most graceful backward somersault to jump back up and return it for another 10-20 yards. I loved it. It was just like this play out.
To see a
thing of beauty.
linebacker,
a guy that big make a play that athletic.
That's
it was
amazing.
Awesome.
That's why the NFL is fantastic. You get to see stuff like that.
But there was like another one-handed catch interception.
Patrick Peterson.
Yeah.
That was my favorite play of the week. The Patrick Peterson looked like like an amazing wide receiver. And then what? Did he return it? No, he didn't.
No, he fell straight away.
I'm confusing his interception 2 weeks ago where he pointed at the fans.
Yeah, that was
that was weird. He caught it and he's running upfield pointing at the fans, and he's about to get tackled. Patrick Peterson's amazing. Anyway, this was a crazy ending for the game. This was a very, very defensive game. Jacksonville Jaguars threw an interception. Next drive, the Baltimore Ravens throw an interception. Then the Jacksonville Jaguars throw an interception. Then the Ravens have a field goal block. And then the Jaguars have another interception. What a crazy ending. Very defensive game. Steve Smith versus Jalen Ramsey. Jalen Ramsey, the rookie, who was picked in the top 10 of the draft. People are saying that he's going to have a Hall of Fame career. Steve Smith, a Hall of Fame wide receiver. You never get into Steve Smith's face. Okay? No. You never try it. You never do it because this guy thrives on that. He's the kind of player that if you get in his face, you're going to make him play better.
Yep.
And that's exactly what Jalen Ramsey did. Jalen Ramsey had a good game, and the Ravens won. So you don't talk trash after that.
You know, like I was a fan of this guy. Like I thought he was going to be a good player, and then I look at the locker room tape of him just mouthing off on Steve Smith to the reporters, and he just seems like an egomaniac to me. It just turned me off.
But who does that remind you of?
Pipe down, bro.
Who does that remind you of?
Steve Smith?
Richard Sherman, man. What Richard Sherman did to start his career, he was doing exactly the same thing. Every week when he would play, he would insult the other player. Okay, get the spotlight on him.
That's fair.
That's how cornerbacks make their money. By talking, you know? By getting on people's nerves. And then when they try to throw their way, they show them how they play, and then they're like, oh, this guy is talking for a reason. I'm not going to throw his way anymore.
Yeah. So, I just didn't like the way he was saying it. I felt it was like really immature.
He's very young.
Yeah. He's a kid.
Yeah, he's a kid. But he's doing the Richard Sherman tactic,
Right. Yeah. I mean, he's drawing attention to himself, and no press is bad press.
Yeah.
That's what they say.
The Detroit Lions at the Green Bay Packers. Aaron Rodgers winning this game for the Packers 34-27.
I called it.
Yeah. Hey, a lot of people were giving him crap.
Yeah.
These guys don't know who Aaron Rodgers is.
Man, he's fucking Aaron. I did it again, but that was an emotional curse. That was an emotional curse.
But
I love Aaron Rodgers.
There's gonna be a lot of the easy.
Okay, I'm gonna try to maintain it.
Yeah, we're all gonna try.
Aaron Rodgers 4 touchdowns in the first half, and the Lions couldn't come back after that.
I mean, Aaron Rodgers is just fudging amazing. So
Yeah. Eddie Lacy 103 rushing yards. He's back. Jordy Nelson 101 receiving yards, 2 touchdowns. He's back.
Nelson is amazing.
The Packers are clicking.
And Marvin Jones, man.
Marvin Jones for the Lions, 200 yards receiving. He had a great game. He used to be with the Bengals last year. Now, him being with the Lions, that was a really good pickup
Yeah,
for
so the
them.
Bengals lost Sanu.
And Marvin Jones.
Why though? It doesn't make sense.
They became big money receivers. They already have a big money receiver. They can't afford them.
Okay,
They
so you
can't
can't have more than one.
No, it's not about not being able to. It's that their money distribution around their team, they didn't allow for it.
and they could get more money somewhere else.
Yeah.
So Detroit paid Marvin Jones way more than Bengals were going to pay.
Exactly. But no, the Packers, things are clicking for the Packers. Things
They
are
were always
clicking.
going to click for the Packers. Like I remember last year when they started 0-2, and Aaron Rodgers was just like, relax.
Yeah.
He just felt the report, just relax. And he was right. Like everything was fine by the end of the season. They had a great record. They went to the playoffs.
Exactly.
This team wins. This is a winning team.
The Saints, if only the Saints could do that. I'm sorry, I had a cough there. The Denver Broncos at the Cincinnati Bengals. Denver Broncos winning 29-17.
That was a fun game.
I did not call this one. I thought the Bengals would pull this one out at home.
Man, those Broncos, that defense, and now Trevor Siemian. What a game he
He
had.
looks good. He looks good.
312 yards passing, 4 touchdowns.
Oh.
He looks like a young quarterback with an amazing coaching staff around him.
Yeah.
He looks like a guy who's like, they're just giving him the perfect plays. They're supporting him. He's not being asked to do anything tricky because the defense is always giving him the ball back in good positions. If I was a young quarterback, this is the kind of team I would want to be on.
This is amazing,
It's an
man.
amazing team.
300. I can't believe it. I can't believe he did this against the Bengals. Like this is the Bengals defense. Also, they're
Yeah.
pretty good.
Mm.
They're not bad.
Would you call the Broncos the best team in the league?
I think the Broncos are the best team in the AFC.
For sure.
Best team in the AFC.
Probably the league. I would have said the Cardinals or the Seahawks in the NFC.
But you feel like they're the
Right.
most balanced.
Yeah,
It feels
They're
like
balanced. They're becoming very consistent.
yeah. Could they be a franchise team? Could they win more Super Bowls looking forward?
I mean that defense. Anything's possible. I mean, I would have said. I don't know who else I would put above them right now.
The Patriots?
Maybe the Patriots. Maybe, but they're like the same to me right
Yeah.
now. I put them next to each other, like 1 and 1A.
We'll talk about this because we're going to talk about the undefeated teams, and the Broncos are still undefeated. So we'll get to who
Yeah.
the best team in the
Yeah.
league is. Let's move on to the Minnesota Vikings at the Carolina Panthers.
That
Oh.
was a surprise.
Very surprised.
That was crazy.
But I shouldn't have been
And
surprised.
Mustafa said something.
No, and I'm going to stick with it. Okay?
Okay.
I said if the Minnesota Vikings win this game against the Carolina Panthers
Yep.
in Carolina,
Mm-hmm.
then they're definitely winning their division. They're going to be the best team in the conference. They're going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Because this is a miracle team. You don't lose your starting quarterback and your starting running back and then beat the Panthers the way you beat them. And why did they beat the Panthers? Their defense. Their defense is amazing.
It's amazing.
It's like they're like the Broncos defense right now.
Yes. Yeah.
Without
Agreed.
having like an okay offense.
Yeah.
Or like a good offense.
But they're pulling it off without having an okay offense as well. So that's even
I
crazy.
mean, Sam Bradford, who you said on the first episode might get
Sam
people
Bradford.
fired, doesn't look like he's going to get people fired this year if he keeps playing the way he's playing now. Like he's not doing anything spectacular, but he's
Right.
making the throws.
No, he's keeping things together.
Yeah.
But 171 yards,
No,
one touchdown.
But he's not throwing the game-killing picks.
Like he played how you would have expected him to play against the Panthers, but you're right. He had no turnovers.
بس he's playing it safe. يعني خلاص I think he knows his limits.
Yeah.
He knows
I
what
mean,
kind
the
of
coaches,
quarterback he is.
the coaches aren't asking him to be, Aaron Rodgers. They're just asking him to manage the game because their defense is so good. They don't need to score 30 points. They can score.
Okay,
a
let me give you a situation. Okay? Teddy Bridgewater comes back next year. You have Teddy Bridgewater and you have Sam Bradford, but you don't have that first round pick. Is it worth it?
No.
It's not. That's what I mean. I mean, this is a great move, and they're a miracle team, and all credit goes to their head coach and their general manager for having the team that they have. But still, it's a first round pick for Sam Bradford.
That is weird.
Sean Hill could have managed the game if they wanted that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but
There could have been anyone. First round pick. That's crazy. That's crazy.
That is a lot. But then again, the Teddy Bridgewater the injury looks so bad. They were thinking that he might even take time next year, even if he comes back. He might have to sit out half the year or something just to rehab himself. But yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot to give up.
Cam Newton, 3 interceptions. He had a safety where he was just holding on to the ball for 5 seconds.
Holding on to the ball all day.
You're in your own end zone. You should have something in your head telling you, "Hey, quickly snap the ball! I'm throwing it. Someone's gonna sack me. Throw it away. Throw it away. Throw it away. Throw it away."
Yeah.
He did not have that mentality at all. He was just standing there.
2-3 seconds max, and you gotta
I
get it out
think
of
he's
your
getting
hands.
full of himself.
3 interceptions. That's crazy.
Yeah, and
How many times did they sack him in this
8
game?
times. They sacked him 8 times. When you sack a quarterback 8 times, he tends to not play as well as he can. It gets in his head. He's always seeing ghosts in the pocket. He thinks he's about to get hit every play. And his performance just takes a dive. And that's true with almost every quarterback. There are very few quarterbacks who can get sacked 8 times and still have a great game. And that just shows you the Vikings defense is really a force to be reckoned with.
And the offensive line, of the Panthers.
Yeah.
Where were they?
Where were
Yeah.
they? Yeah, that's crazy. The Washington team at the New York Giants. The Washington team won 29-27.
Washington Wolves.
The Washington
Dancing
Wolves.
Wolves.
The Washington Dancing Wolves.
Dancing with Wolves.
Yeah, that's their name now. That's what they're going to change now. This game, if you watch the highlights, there are a lot of flashy moves in this game.
Yes.
A lot of broken ankles in this
Jamison
game.
Crowder.
Yeah, what a punt return that was. And
Yep.
then the touchdown
And
where
the
he
touchdown.
just flew through 3 defenders. That was amazing. Kirk Cousins, he didn't throw any interceptions.
Yep.
Good for him.
Had a good Kirk Cousins game.
Eli Manning, though, 2
Kirk
picks.
Cousins, he's reliable, man. I think he's reliable.
Yeah.
He's pretty good.
I think so.
You're
I
just
like
justifying the fact that you have him now on your fantasy.
I mean, this
No,
was
no. That it has nothing to
This,
do with
this
it. I
was
wanted
another-
him, so yeah, there was a reason I wanted him. Yeah.
Right.
This is another wounded animal game. The Redskins don't want to go 0-3.
Yeah.
They had to pull out the
The R word. It's good.
Sorry, the Wolves didn't want to go. The Washington team did not want to go 0-3, and they battled really hard. You could tell they did not want to be an 0-3 team because if you go to 0-3, your season's basically over.
Yeah.
You know.
The Saints.
And the Bears.
Yeah. Josh Norman versus Odell Beckham. It wasn't as eventful as last year.
Whatever.
It was still eventful.
I'm so over this.
I'm not. I love this.
I'm over this.
I love positional
But
rivalries,
see,
man.
why don't you like Kirk Cousins?
Why don't I like Kirk Cousins? Kirk Cousins, I don't not like him. I just, I'm not impressed with the way he played the first 2 weeks of the season. I'm really disappointed in him, honestly. He played okay this game, and I liked the throws he made. He threw throws into tight pockets. He was brave throwing it down the field. That's what he does. But he lost them 2 games this year, and he's a franchise pick. Like they franchise tag, they're paying him $20 million, and I think it might be a mistake. I don't know. I don't know how to read this. Like I think the fact that they franchise tagged him puts more pressure on him. Like maybe if they had given him a long-term
What
deal,
does
he would've
franchise
just-
tagged him mean?
Okay, so franchise tag. Let's say a player has finished his contract and he's about to go into free agency, so any other team can pick him up. But the Washington team doesn't want to lose him. So they put an automatic franchise tag, which means no one can claim him. He is ours. Whether you like it or not, Kirk Cousins, you are ours.
Your hours, yeah.
But the price to pay for that is you have to match the highest contract of any other player playing your position. So let's say, for example, right now, $20 million was being paid to Drew Brees or being paid to.
I think Joe Flacco was the highest now.
I know Drew Brees had the highest salary cap.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know. It doesn't matter. What matters is you have to match the highest contract in your position, and that's how much he gets paid that year until you renegotiate the contract. So it just determines that you can keep a player no matter what. So that's what they did. They put a lot of investment in him, but they should. I think he is their franchise quarterback, and I think he's going
if that
to be
was
for a real long
true,
time.
they should have given him a multiple-year deal. I think if they give him a multiple-year deal, then he could play. He could go out there and play ball and not be worried.
Yeah.
But now that they gave him a 1-year contract and they would not give him the multiple-year deal, it's like putting more pressure on him.
Yeah.
You know, maybe he would have played better the first 2
How
weeks.
old is he? Is he old?
Yeah,
I think it's late
mid-20s.
20s. Mid-late. The Los Angeles Rams at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, 37-32. What a shootout! Not really a shootout because the Rams are playing.
Yeah, it doesn't count.
So I don't know how they got 37 points, but they scored a lot, and they finally scored. This was the first game that they
Did
scored.
Todd Gurley score this game?
Todd Gurley had 2 touchdowns and 85 yards rushing. Good for him. Case Keenum, the Rams quarterback, 190 yards throwing, 2 touchdowns. He had a few turnovers.
Yeah, I mean he's a B- C+ quarterback.
Just play your rookie. Just play your
No,
rookie.
no. You cannot play Jared Goff.
Why? Your starting quarterback isn't any better.
He's not ready at all.
Neither is Case
No,
Keenum.
Case Keenum is like a veteran. Like he knows how to play football in the NFL. Jared Goff, in college, all of the plays were getting called from the sideline. He's never led a huddle.
All right.
He's never called plays in the huddle. He's never led an offense.
Yeah, but it was your job to get him ready.
Yeah, and they didn't. They're
All right,
they're
so
a bad
their
coaching staff.
fault.
Yeah, of course it is.
And this game, you can see this. This game was filled with mistakes.
Dude,
it was one mistake after the other, one mistake after the other. It was all about whoever doesn't make a mistake in the fourth quarter will win the game, and the Rams just outclassed the Buccaneers in that way.
If Jared Goff was on like the Broncos or the Patriots, forget about it. He'd be starting, because that coaching staff would have gotten him ready. It's not about how talented he is; it's the fact that he's so raw as a quarterback, and they just didn't get him ready.
But is he talented?
He has physical skills. He can throw the ball really well. I mean, that's all we know right now.
Okay.
That's all we know. In preseason, is he making good decisions? No, he's not.
I just want Jeff Fisher to go away. That's all I want. I just want him to go away. Go to college or something. Or just go away.
They might give him a... There's rumors swirling around about a new deal for him.
No, he should just go away.
I mean, he should, but...
Like, go to Canada or something.
Or Alaska.
Or Alaska, yeah. The San Francisco 49ers at the Seattle Seahawks. Seahawks winning this game 37-18. About time the Seahawks started scoring on offense. Russell Wilson, 243 yards, 1 touchdown. He got injured. The backup Boykin came in, 65 yards, 1 touchdown. But Blaine Gabbert, the 49ers quarterback, was
He's
suffocated by the Seahawks. Completely suffocated.
I'll say the same thing I said last week about another game that I forget now. Top 3 roster versus bottom 3 roster.
Yeah.
This is a very, very, very good team versus a very, very bad team. So
Hey.
you knew they were going to get blown out.
Doug Baldwin had an amazing 100 catch this game. He dove like a goalkeeper in soccer would dive for a ball and caught the ball. It was fantastic. He had 164 yards, 1 touchdown. Jimmy Graham is back! I love Jimmy Graham. 100 yards receiving, 1 touchdown. That makes me so happy.
Oh,
You
wow.
still love Jimmy Graham?
Jimmy Graham is one of my favorite players in the league. I'm still upset that the Saints traded him to the Seahawks. I still cry about
It
that.
was kind of his fault, you know.
Hey, Jimmy Graham and Darren Sproles. We're going to talk about Darren Sproles when we get to the Eagles game. But Jimmy Graham, I'm really sad that he got traded away.
Is he black or is he white?
I don't know, man. I don't think he even
No
knows.
one knows.
Christian Michael, 2 touchdowns, 106 yards. Finally, all the hype around this running back comes true. He shows a great game that game.
He's very, very, very explosive. Like he's running faster and harder than I've seen him run in his whole career.
Beware!
Special.
The Seahawks are alive again. The New York Jets at the Kansas City Chiefs. The Chiefs winning 24-3. Fitzpatrick, 6 interceptions.
Fitzpocalypse.
Wow.
Fitzpocalypse has arrived.
Wow. They had
6
such a good week last week against the
Six.
Bills
That's
on
pretty
offense.
terrible, man. That's
6 interceptions. One of them was tipped, and I don't like to count those, but I mean, that's a lot.
Are they
That's a
gonna
lot
drop
of
them?
interceptions.
No, I think it might have just been like bad game plan. I don't know, but
That's 6 interceptions.
He was forcing throws. And offensively, the Kansas City Chiefs have a much better offense. Not personnel wise, but in terms of game planning.
Well,
They're
yeah.
a very, very good team. Very, very well coached team on offense. I don't know if I can say the same about the Jets. The Jets seem to me the kind of team on offense where they're just counting on their big receivers to do the job and like Fitzmagic to throw it up to them and just play jump ball. And that's why he got picked up so many times, because he was playing jump ball against a really good defense.
Marcus Peters,
Marcus
2
Peters-
interceptions again.
Twice in a row,
Wow.
you know?
I want him on my fantasy team.
He's on my team, bro.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Shit.
The San Diego Chargers at the Indianapolis Colts. I said that I didn't care about this game. It turned out to be one hell of a game. The Colts winning 26-22. Equal throwing games for Rivers and Luck. Rivers had 330 yards. Andrew Luck had 331 yards. Maybe that 1 yard was the reason why the Colts won. No, Chargers just didn't have a running game. Frank Gore, wow, 82 yards, 1 touchdown. He's still doing it.
Still a thing?
He's still doing it. T.Y. Hilton, 174 receiving yards, 1 touchdown. The Colts announcer, in the end of this game, did what we are trying not to do, which is the game ended. He thought he was off the broadcast, and he was like, "Oh, I'm so glad that game is effing over." Because of the amount of back and forth that was happening in that game. That was a great game.
Yeah.
I want to go back and watch it in its entirety. Because that was a really great game.
You're not gonna do that.
I'm not going to do that. No. The Pittsburgh Steelers at the Philadelphia Eagles. The Eagles winning 34-3.
Whoa.
Such a good team right now. I am really in love with the Eagles head coach, Doug Peterson. I really think he's going to be an amazing coach in Philadelphia. And that defense, Jim Schwartz is doing a fantastic job. They just looked so composed and so vicious, just mean, just a mean team.
Man, you don't let the Steelers score a touchdown on offense.
You're a good
That-
defense.
yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Really good defense.
That's amazing.
And Carson Wentz is doing amazing, amazing things.
They're going places this season.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. Hey, they could end up winning that division for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think-
Giants,
I think-
Cowboys,
you know what?
Washington, and,
I'm going to lock it
and
in.
Eagles.
I'm locking it in.
Yeah.
The Eagles are going to win that division.
And Sproulsy, man.
Darren Sproles. Can I talk a little bit about Darren
Yeah,
Sproles?
yeah.
Because that was the beginning of the end for the
You
Saints for me. Darren Sproles, number 43, was with the San Diego Chargers, had a great beginning to his career, went to the Saints, broke records with the Saints, all-purpose yards, receiving, rushing, punt return, kick return, amazing. All of a sudden, the Saints decided to trade him to the Eagles for like a 5th-round pick. Made no sense. The
What?
Saints were saying that he was in a decline in his career. He wasn't in a decline.
Yeah,
I
I
didn't see a
was
decline.
very surprised.
He hasn't been.
See, when he was traded, I was like, all right, okay, maybe he's getting worse. And then I see him make plays, and I'm like, wait, then why did they trade him?
He's amazing.
amazing.
It makes no sense. To
He's
me.
like 5'7". He's really short, but super fast, and he's so smart. He knows where to run. He has amazing vision. The reason after we traded him, we've never been as good as we were with him.
Like,
And
now
we've
we have
always
Cooks.
but we've had he was our receiving back. We've had several receiving backs after him, and nothing's ever been the same. And that's kind of great. player he
Last
is.
game, like he scored 2 touchdowns,
Yeah,
and both were amazing.
amazing running.
also.
Go watch Darren Sproles highlights. You'll be amazed. The Chicago Bears at the Dallas Cowboys.
we don't need to talk about this game.
The Dallas Cowboys winning 31-17. The
Yeah,
Chicago
Scored
Bears.
17 points.
Yeah,
3 more than the first 2 weeks.
yeah, that's great.
Amazing job.
Hey, they're still rebuilding. They're gonna flop, but they're rebuilding. Maybe
Yeah.
next year.
Yeah, they're doing a pretty
Bears-
bad job.
the Bears-
rebuilding, yeah.
Yeah, the Bears might be in line for a first-round pick next year.
The first pick of the first.
First overall pick.
Yeah, that would be amazing for them.
I mean, it wouldn't be because we would have gone like 2-14.
Hey, but that's good. That's good. You need it. You need it.
We need the player.
You
yeah,
need the players.
You're gonna get the quarterback. Huh?
for sure. I would think.
You just need to execute. You need to execute more on defense. That's all it is.
And on offense.
Yeah. Hey, Brian Hoyer, 312 yards,
Don't
2 touchdowns.
talk to me about Brian Hoyer.
312 yards, 2
Whatever.
touchdowns.
That's like not that special.
300 yards passing. That's great.
It was junk time. It was all in the second half.
Yeah,
after
but
we had
yeah,
already
now
lost
that
the
he
game.
got, now that you see that he can do that, maybe he can do that earlier. You know?
Well, he couldn't. So
Oh well.
We'll see.
The Cowboys had 200 rushing yards.
Oh,
Ezekiel
wow.
Elliott on my fantasy team getting me 20-something points.
That's amazing.
140 yards rushing just from him.
Like I don't think the
Lots.
Cowboys are going to be as good as the Eagles,
No.
but they're going to be good.
Yeah.
They're doing well. But this is the Bears we're talking about, so
I think
maybe
next
this doesn't
year.
count.
But you score 17 points against the Cowboys or secondary, which is like not a great secondary.
Mhm.
They're a very average secondary, and you still score 17 points. It's like come back to us, Chicago.
You heard it here. The Atlanta Falcons at the New Orleans Saints. Oh.
We're gonna let
We
this
don't-
double talk about
we don't have to talk about this one either. You don't want.
I am agitated. I am pissed off. I wanna like rip the clothes off of me and like run naked down the streets until I get to New Orleans and go into Sean Payton's office and show him my nakedness and tell him how upset I am by what is happening in New Orleans right now. The Atlanta Falcons winning 45-32.
45 points on the Saints.
No. All right. Okay. Yeah, the Saints defense sucks. So does the Atlanta Falcons defense, by the way. Okay, no one's gonna be talking about that. A few people are, which I'm happy about. Atlanta Falcons defense is awful. All right, Drew Brees had 376 yards. We had 100 yards rushing. They let in.
You're
over
wasting his career,
400.
man.
We're wasting Drew Brees' career,
Yeah.
without a doubt. We are wasting his career.
That's the funniest.
No,
thing
we
ever.
are. We're wasting. No, this we could have been a franchise team with him. We could have won a lot of Super Bowls if we just had an average defense, and we can't. We can't do it. They let in 217 rushing yards.
Shit.
Our defense is awful. We're so bad, and all this happened because of a mistake on special teams where a rookie ran into our punt returner, who's also a rookie, and then freaked out, panicked, tried to get the ball, and a fumble happened, and that was in the first quarter, and then the Falcons just rolled. They just rolled.
Yeah, because they got the ball back
all
inside
over.
the 10
We
and scored.
This is a primetime game. This is a Monday night game, okay?
Yeah.
In the Superdome. The Saints used to be undefeated in the Dome at primetime. And now we can't even win a game. We're 0-3. We suck.
Does the anniversary, 10-year anniversary thing get in your craw a little bit? Does it upset you?
Yeah, man, it does as well. Because Katrina's a really big story, and that was a really big moment, coming back from Katrina and winning against the Falcons and going back in the Superdome after all that devastation after the hurricane. And 10-year anniversary, hold your ground, man. Hold your ground. This is New Orleans, okay?
It's okay.
Sorry,
Mustafa.
dude. Sorry.
I'm so done with fucking Sean Payton. I'm sorry I cursed, but he deserves it, okay? He's not coaching his team how to play situational football. It's annoying me.
So, you think he should get fired?
I think any coach who doesn't teach situational football is outdated. Okay? You have to start with situational football.
Can you explain what that means, as opposed to not?
Teaching situational football is all about, okay, I don't care how fast you are, I don't care how strong you are, I don't care what you can do when the ball's in your hands. What I care about is what your mind is thinking in the situation that you're in.
Mhm.
So it's 1st and 10. What do I need to do here? It's 2nd and 14. What do I need to do here? It's the third quarter and we're losing by 14 points. Am I always running the ball or am I throwing the ball? What am I doing based on the situation? It's the 4th quarter. I'm up by 14 points. Maybe I shouldn't be throwing all the time. Maybe I should be running. Or I'm on defense and I'm winning. I don't need to be flashy. I just need to be safe and make sure that our offense gets the ball again. So I don't mess up and then lead
But
the other
that's
team
coaching.
to come back.
That's the coach's
Situational
job.
coaching. Situational
As
coaching.
opposed to just having a game plan and just rolling with it no matter
Exactly.
what. Right.
Opposed to having a game plan saying we are better than you no matter what, and no matter what happens in the game, we're going to follow this game plan, and we're going to try to trust our players' skills that they will end up doing it. No. Teach situational football the Patriot way.
Yep.
Okay? The
Yep.
Patriot
Yep.
way. Get
Yep.
your players to understand the game, because if you understand the game more than the other team, you're automatically better, no matter how skillful you are.
Yeah, that's very true. When you have smart players who know what they're doing, they always make the play faster.
Yeah,
Because they know what play is coming.
exactly.
You see teams and you can see that a defense that knows what the play is going to be, and a defense that has no idea what the play is going to be, because they are not as well coached.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what you're talking about, and that's why the Patriots are, again, one of the best coached teams in the league.
All right, that recaps week 3.
Oh wow.
Is that all of them?
That's all of them. We sped through that compared to last week.
That's good.
We really sped that. We did it excellent. Let's give ourselves a round of applause. We did a great job. That was amazing. I'm very happy about that. Okay, I want to give out a few shout outs to people who actually have been listening to the podcast and not just listener 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, and 3, 4, 5. Actual human beings.
Humans, yes.
Can you believe that?
I can.
Yeah, Anas Mahrous. He's a player in the Cairo Wolves. He talked to me a little bit about the first episode. He was laughing hysterically about how much you hate Sam Bradford.
I do hate him, and I still hate him.
No matter what he does, you'll hate him. If he takes the Vikings to the Super Bowl, you hate him.
Yes.
Hey, that happens. We hate players.
Yeah.
No matter what, we just hate them.
I hate him.
He hates Cam Newton. He was telling me how he hates Cam Newton.
Like, I hate him to the extent if I see him, I would want to beat him up.
Why would you hate Cam Newton?
Huh?
What?
Why would you hate Cam Newton?
Because he's a Saints fan, like me.
Oh, he is? Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
Like,
I got you.
I hate Cam Newton because I'm a Saints fan, but I think he's a really good player, but I hate him.
Right.
I hate him.
Yep.
You know? Like, I have to hate him. Because if I don't hate him, what am I going to
But
do?
see, I'm a Bears fan, but I don't hate Aaron Rodgers.
Because you're not really a Bears fan.
No, I'm a Bears fan.
Come on, you want to be a fan of another team.
I don't even have him the team to be a fan of.
Come on. It's
I
gonna
like the
happen.
Bears. Like, I am a Bears fan, but like Aaron Rodgers is just so good. I have so much respect for the way he plays.
Yeah,
I can't hate him. I dislike him as a human.
right.
But hate is strong, you know.
Why do you dislike him as a human?
Just because he's the enemy. And he's sort of like a weird dude.
That's
but,
the thing.
But he's just such a good player.
How is he a weird dude?
I don't know. His views on like life are just sort of weird.
Like, what do you...
I feel like he's a very fun guy, Aaron Rodgers.
I like...
I mean, he has Olivia Munn, and that's also...
Yeah, Olivia Munn, man.
that's,
And
I love
he's always
Olivia Munn.
photobombing pictures.
Yeah, yeah,
You know,
yeah.
he has a fun personality. There was a video of him training with Drew Brees, and Drew Brees taking it really seriously, you know, a serious face. And I was just joking around, you know, making jokes, smiling, laughing. Drew Brees is just focused and stuff.
Yeah,
But they're both really good.
Yeah.
They're both really good.
Well, one of them's clearly better, but yeah.
Drew Brees.
Who's...
Aaron Rodgers.
Drew Brees.
Aaron Rodgers is like a first ballot Hall of Famer.
So is Drew Brees.
And he's way better than Drew Brees. I'm sorry.
Drew Brees is third. How many times do I have to tell you this?
I don't
Drew
care
Brees is
about the
third
stats.
overall. in
Aaron
stats.
Rodgers makes
How many
throws
Super Bowls does
no
Aaron
one
Rodgers
else
have?
makes.
How many Super Bowls has Aaron
The
Rodgers
same
have?
number as Drew Brees. One.
Exactly.
But the way he plays the game is different.
Drew Brees had 376 yards.
I'm not
last
talking
game.
about stats.
How
I'm
does that
talking about
happen?
Aaron Rodgers makes throws no one else can make.
What does Drew Brees do?
He throws deep.
That's it.
That's it.
But he doesn't though,
Well, what else did he
because
do?
he doesn't have the throwing power for that anymore.
Right, so now he throws medium.
And yeah,
That's it.
and that's amazing.
He just throws medium.
And that's amazing.
He's like a shorter version of Joe Flacco.
He's playing now with his mind. Jesus Christ is now playing with his mind, and he's amazing.
And yeah...
And he's still amazing.
And he's in a team that's 0-3.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. The Aints.
Another shout out. The coach of the Cairo Wolves, Miaz, called me just to call me out for picking the Panthers to beat his Vikings. He was very upset with me for that.
Yeah, I talked to him about this. And I told him the same thing. I told him if the Vikings win this game, they're going to Super Bowl. And I apologize if I didn't see that, but they have an amazing
I
defense.
still don't know if Sam Bradford's going to go to the Super Bowl.
I don't get the defense, man. That defense.
Yeah, the defense can
defense.
get you to the championship game, but you need an offense to win the championship game.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, okay.
So like, come on.
But
Yeah,
defense.
Hussein is making a very good point.
But the defense. That's the defense.
Yeah,
But like,
But
if they go to the championship game, who are they going to be playing?
But who
The Cardinals, the Seahawks. You need to score points on that team. I just don't know.
Their defense.
It's a
I'm
very good defense.
I'm fully on board with the Vikings. Miracle team, Super Bowl, their defense.
Well, let's talk on this
They don't.
midseason.
When they have the ball on offense, they can just throw it away 3 times and get the
Just
defense
get the
back out
defense
there.
back on.
You don't even need the offense to play anymore. Just
Right,
defense,
yeah.
defense.
Just
defense.
pick sixes.
Exactly.
That's how you score.
Exactly, and field goals. That's all you need.
And special teams.
And special teams.
That's
That's
it.
all you need.
That's all you need. It's fair enough.
That's crazy.
All right, let's get to week 4. Let's make some picks. Hopefully, we have a better record. I will not pick on who I want, on who I think.
That's
Okay.
that's not gonna happen as well.
Let's see what happens. Hussein, you got the schedule up?
I do. So Thursday night football. Miami Dolphins at the Cincinnati Bengals. This one's not hard for me. I'm going to take the Bengals at home.
I'm gonna take the Bengals as well.
Of course you're gonna take the Bengals. You love the Bengals.
I love the Bengals. I love their helmets.
Yeah.
I love their uniform.
And
I love AJ Green.
I hate their helmets.
They've lost 2 games in a row. I can't imagine them
No, it's
losing
not
the
gonna
3rd in a
happen.
row. And
The
to
much
the
better
Dolphins, no.
Much better
Bengals.
team. All right, on to Sunday. The Indianapolis Colts at the Jacksonville Jaguars. Jacksonville's been really bad, but they're playing at home, and the Indianapolis defense is really, really, really bad defense. But I'm gonna take Andrew Luck in this one.
I'm gonna take Jacksonville, and I don't think they have been playing really bad.
They just haven't been winning games,
yeah,
man.
like last game.
Which is bad.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like they
but-
can't win. They can't win. What's wrong? They can't
Blake Bortles
win.
is just bad now. He was okay last year, now he's just bad.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm gonna pick.
Gus Bradley's getting fired.
I'm gonna pick the Colts.
If the Colts win this game, maybe Gus Bradley gets fired after this game.
I'm gonna pick
Is
Jacksonville.
this a London game? This is a London game. It's at 4:30. We can watch it at 4:30 p.m.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
This is a London game.
This is a London game.
That's amazing. Then yeah, I picked the Colts because
What's up with the Jaguars? and
Actually, wait. No. The Jags have a huge London following, so they're going to be technically playing at home.
yeah,
Because they play in London every year.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
a bunch of people in London like them.
but they're
Yeah.
still the Jags.
Like they were there when I saw a few players,
Mm.
and they were there when I was in London.
They're because they're like
It
in
was a huge
Florida
thing.
and like close
Yeah.
team to London, and their owner has connections in London because he's also the Fulham owner.
He owns Fulham, yeah.
Yeah, he owns the Fulham football team, so it's just easier like that.
Yeah,
All right.
I'm picking Jacksonville.
All right. One Jacksonville, 2 Colts. All right. Tennessee Titans at Houston Texans. I don't know what to think about this one.
Me neither, man. It's both teams need a win. They need the win.
I don't think the Texans are gonna be like they were against the Patriots. Different team. I think they'll do better. Whoever wins this game will have a better season.
And that's fair. I mean,
And I will say that the Texans are still going to win this game. They're going to prevail without J.J. Watt. This is a miracle season after what the Vikings have been doing. I believe in miracles.
they are at home.
And I think
I don't
they're going to
think
be
Tennessee has won an away game in the last 20 years, so I think I agree with you. I'll take the Texans.
But I'm really close to picking the Titans here. Everything's coming together for them slowly. This might be the game that gets things steamrolling for them. But I'm taking the safe pick. I'm picking the Texans.
I'm gonna pick the Titans.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You think?
Bold pick.
I really want to do that. I really want. But I'm picking on what I think and not what I want.
Okay. The Cleveland Browns at the Washington Wolves.
Dancing Wolves.
The Washington Dancing Wolves.
Browns. Sucks to be the Browns. I'm gonna pick the Washington team. I can't believe I'm picking them, but yeah, it sucks to be the Browns.
I wanna pick the Washington. I wanna pick the Browns because I'm excited about next game.
Yeah,
Like what they're gonna do with their QB situation.
yeah.
It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun to watch, and I think I wanna watch this game.
Yeah, me too.
But I think I might take Washington too because I think Cleveland's another one of those teams that hasn't won an away game in like 20 years. So I think I'll take Washington too. I mean, I would love for the Browns to win because they just need a break. But I think
They're the
I think
Browns.
your boy Kirk Cousins is gonna have a fun day.
Yeah.
All right. After that, we got Seattle Seahawks at the New York Jets. This is gonna be a close game, I think.
Man,
Very
after-
defensive game, I
So
think.
the game that Fitzpatrick had 6 interceptions, he has to play the Seahawks after that.
Yeah, that's
Man, that's not fair at all.
At New York.
No one told them to suck. Yeah.
I don't take Seattle. Let's not joke. This is gonna be the Seahawks.
I'm gonna pick the Seahawks as well.
I'm gonna pick the Seahawks as well.
All right.
That was a very strategical
Sweet.
pick. Like I only picked them because you two picked them. I didn't want to risk it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Strategy.
Yeah. All right. Buffalo Bills at the New England Patriots. Patriots, obviously, no need to even think about this. Although Rex Ryan always likes to play them hard, I think they are gonna pull this one out.
Hey, okay, can we talk a little bit about who's going to be playing quarterback? Because a lot of people have been telling me that they think Julian Edelman's going to be playing quarterback this game.
What?
That's
I
not
heard
gonna happen.
Garoppolo might come back.
Garoppolo is back in practice, and Prescott is back in practice. They both have injury concerns, but they're both back.
Yeah.
Julian Edelman, no way he's going to play quarterback this
Yeah.
game. They might have him do a few trick plays, but for the whole game, no, that's
That's crazy.
It's not gonna happen.
That's an alternate universe. That's
They would have to
extreme
run a wildcat, which would be fun.
Yeah, but I'm picking the Patriots.
Yeah, Patriots.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on.
Carolina NFC South matchup. Carolina Panthers at the Atlanta Falcons.
Man, that Falcons offense can actually do something against that defense, but
No.
Falcons defense is gonna suck against Cam Newton, and if you can't control him, he's gonna beat you up.
Like I know the Falcons have Coleman and Freeman, but the Carolina has Davis, Superman, forgot his name, Kuechly, and Shaq Thompson, and I think that's like the three like the best linebacker core
Yeah.
in the entire football league. So those running backs are not gonna have a good day. I think the Panthers win this one big. I think it's a big win for the
Yeah,
Panthers.
Panthers as well.
I think the Panthers, like they won't lose 2 in a row.
Yeah.
It's not gonna happen.
Not gonna happen. Oakland Raiders at the Baltimore Ravens.
Man,
Yeah.
go for it.
No, go for it.
The Ravens are doing well.
The
3-0.
yeah,
3-0.
Yeah, they're doing really well.
And it stops here. I'm taking the Raiders.
Yeah, I'm picking the Raiders as well.
I'm picking the Ravens.
Yeah.
Ravens.
Yeah, I'm picking.
I honestly just picked this one on the quarterback I prefer, which was David Derrick.
Yeah.
I love it. He's amazing. Joe Flacco just bores me. Like every time I see him, it's just like, all right, I get it. You can throw deep.
He's a
Yeah.
movie star to me.
He's what?
He's a movie star.
Yeah.
All right. Oh gosh, I'm gonna hate watching this game. Detroit Lions at the Chicago Bears. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Like, if I'm honest, I'm gonna pick the Lions because even though I thought they were gonna be a worse team than us, the Bears are a much worse team than the Lions.
I think the Lions are not a bad team. They're just
Yeah.
not
No,
performing.
they're a
They're
very
a pretty good team.
They're an okay team.
They are, man. I think they really are, and I think they're gonna win this game.
Me too.
I unfortunately think so as well. So
Yeah.
that's a sweep for the Lions.
But you're gonna have to pick the Bears, man.
I mean, I have to pick the Bears. I mean, I'd be lying. If we're counting picks, then I have to pick the Lions. If we weren't counting picks, I'd pick the Bears just for like to be loyal. But the next game, which is at 11 p.m., all those previous games were at 8. The next one is at 11, and it is the Denver Broncos at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I don't think this is a hard game to pick.
The Broncos.
The Broncos.
The Broncos.
All right, Los Angeles Rams at Arizona Cardinals. This could be interesting.
Hey, man. The Cardinals had a wake-up call last week.
That's not gonna happen.
They're
again.
not gonna let that happen
There's
for
no
the rest
way.
of the season.
There's no way.
The Cardinals.
Cardinals.
Same way.
All right. The New Orleans Saints. I'm sorry, I left there. At the San Diego Chargers.
It's fine. Their real name is Saints, haha.
Okay.
That's fine.
We could go back to Aints if you want to.
No, it's gonna happen. But
Alright.
look, this is Drew Brees is going back to San Diego for the first time since he was playing there. This is a really big game for him to go back to San
The
Diego.
first time? Really?
The first time, because what happened is they played 2 times before.
Yeah.
Once in London and once in New Orleans, and the London game was supposed to be a San Diego game. So this is the first time he goes back to San Diego.
Oh, wait, in San Diego.
In San Diego, yeah. So this is a really big game for him. And the San Diego Chargers always do well against Saints. Philip Rivers and Drew Brees, it's always a shootout.
Yeah. A lot of touchdowns in this game, I
Yeah.
think.
But I have to go with Drew Brees because I have to. I have to.
You know what? I'm gonna give it to the Saints
Yeah.
just because the Chargers are just an average team to me, and I think maybe the Saints can pull it out.
Abdo, go wake up. Abdo fell asleep. Abdo pick Saints or Chargers.
Saints, Chargers.
I'm gonna go with the Saints.
Yeah. Thank you guys for picking the Saints. That makes me feel really warm.
Well, the Chargers lost their mic. They lost Manti Te'o for the season.
Yeah.
So Ingram's probably gonna have a good day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We just better have good coaching in that game. All right. Next game.
Dallas Cowboys at San Francisco 49ers.
Cowboys.
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 Hussein's pausing.
I don't know.
Saints
I
pausing.
think, I'm just thinking to myself, how much longer can Dak Prescott keep it going?
Until
how
they
much-
face a really good team.
And this is not a very good team.
This is not until they face like
Yes,
a
that's
team better than the Cowboys.
Right.
You know?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Cowboys. Yeah, 3 for the Cowboys. That's a sweep. Sunday night football for those of us who want to stay up till 3:30 a.m.
That's me.
Well, actually, you stay up till like 7 if you start watching at 3.
That's me.
Liar.
Kansas City Chiefs at the Pittsburgh Steelers. I take the Steelers at home. Oh, but wait. They're going against Marcus Peters. I did not think this through.
Is he gonna get another 2 picks in this game? It could
Marcus
happen.
versus Antonio Brown? That's a spicy matchup.
Oh man, I don't know who to pick for this game. I'm gonna pick the Steelers because I don't think they're gonna lose 2 in a row. But it's gonna be a really close game.
I'm gonna pick the
Very
Steelers
close
as
game.
well.
You know what? After watching the Kansas City secondary last week, I'm going to switch it. I'm going back to the Chiefs.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's an interesting pick.
All right. Monday Night Football. The New York Giants at our new favorite defense in the league, the Minnesota Vikings.
Okay. Can I talk about something very quickly? The Giants' offense has a different offense than any other offense that the Vikings have played against this year. Okay.
Meaning?
They have a complete offense. They have 3 really good receivers in Ted Cruz, Shepard, and Odell Beckham, and they have good rushing game. The Giants' offense is really good.
They just lost Shane Vereen for the year, though.
Oh, but Rashard Jennings is still there.
Is he?
Yeah,
Isn't he
and
like
he's still a
40 or
good running
something?
back. No, he's a really good running back still. The Panthers' offense is a different kind of offense. It's a one-player offense. If you can contain Cam Newton, you win the game. The Packers weren't very hot against the Vikings.
No, they need to warm up.
And the Titans are the Titans. But the Giants are like a legit offense.
Mhm.
If the Vikings can also stop the Giants' offense, which is a different type of offense, then it just proves furthermore that they're going to do everything they can do.
Right.
I think they will. And I'm going to pick the Vikings.
I don't want to get on my coach's bad side, so I'm going to pick the Vikings again.
Yeah. Abdo, wake up. Vikings or Giants?
Vikings.
All right.
All right, that's 3 for the Vikings.
So that's it. Those are the Week 4 picks. There are 5 undefeated teams. The New England Patriots. Am I talking too loud, Abdo? Am I waking you up?
Keep it going.
All right,
Just one thing, if anyone's wondering why there's a game missing, it's because the Green Bay Packers and the Philadelphia Eagles have a bye this week.
Yeah, bye week start.
Bye means that you just don't play that week.
Yeah.
And I'm really against byes this early in the season. I think you should only have a bye after week 9, like or week 7, where you've played like half the season. Like, why would you get a bye in week 4? Like, it just doesn't seem like it makes sense to me.
Yeah, I think it obviously changes the playing field. It's
Yeah.
not as it's a different playing field for every team all of a sudden.
Yeah.
It's not complete fairness.
Yeah.
I think the best thing would to have a week 8 bye week,
Yeah,
which
something
is
like that. Like in
middle
the middle
of the season.
Right in the middle.
Yeah. But I actually don't know. We should. I'll look it up for next episode. Teams that have early bye weeks.
How they do.
If it actually affects them or not. There are 5 undefeated teams left: the New England Patriots, the Baltimore Ravens, the Philadelphia Eagles, the Minnesota Vikings, and the Denver Broncos. Who do you guys think will last the longest?
Broncos.
Maybe the Patriots.
I don't know what the schedules are. I think looking at the schedules and seeing who each team is playing will change who I pick. But just based on paper right now, in the NFC, I think the Vikings will last more than the Eagles, and in the AFC, I think the Broncos will last more than the Ravens and the Patriots. So yeah,
Here's the thing: the Patriots go 12-4 every year,
yeah,
and Tom Brady was out for the first 4 games this season, and everyone was saying, if they go 0-4, whatever, they're gonna go 12-4,
Yeah.
like they always do.
Yeah.
But they went 3-0 without Tom Brady.
yeah.
If they beat the Bills, I think they're gonna go undefeated.
Yeah.
Not undefeated for the season, but like they're gonna win. They're gonna be undefeated for the longest period because
Man.
they get Tom back.
Man,
you
he's
know,
one
he's
more
gonna
week.
be so pissed off.
One more week and Tom Brady's coming back. That's
He's gonna
exciting
be so
stuff.
pissed off.
Wow, guys, under an hour.
That's good.
That's amazing. That's exactly what we wanted. Great.
Hooray.
Abdu's waking up. Great.
Yeah, man. I told you in the beginning, Sleepy Abdo.
Sleepy Abdu. Well, thank you guys. This wraps up our 4th episode of the Egyptian NFL podcast. It's been a great week.
It has.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I enjoyed all the games.
I'm so looking forward to the next games. Hopefully the Saints can win a game.
And the Bears.
Yeah. Saints sound more realistic.
Do you have a
Yes! That's a win! That's a win for me. I'm so happy.
Do you have a team yet, Abdu, or are you not decided yet?
Yeah, most probably it's gonna be the Bengals.
Really? I thought it was going to be the Cardinals at some point.
That was last year.
That's how I would think.
We'll find out. We'll find out. Well, every week we'll see where the update is on Abdo's team. All right. Thank you for listening to the Egyptian NFL podcast. It's been a pleasure. My name is Muzzy.
And my name is Sleepy Abdo.
And I'm Hussein.
Who that?
Who that?
Who that?
Oh my God! They said it. Oh, the Saints should go 0-3 every time. That's
I
amazing.
had to give it to you this week.
يعني حرام صعبت عليك.
3 who dats for 3 losses.
I'm sorry to explode like that, but it's like no one's ever worked on TV here before.
That was the most exciting thing to happen tonight.